Amra, also known as That Nerd. I am here with Air himself. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, people.
All right, so first and foremost, how did you get into EDM?
Oh boy. I mean, I've always been listening to it for a very long time. Like growing up with YouTube, you find it everywhere on the early YouTube.
Same thing here. I discovered like Skrillex and Zed's Dead on YouTube and it spiraled into that.
But what really made me discover hardstyle is IMVU chat rooms, and
What?
then I search for rave music on YouTube, and I find jump style music, and then that pulled me into hardstyle music.
Nice, nice. So do you like hardstyle more than jump style now?
Yeah, I mean, I was never super into jump style music. It just kind of launched me into it.
All right, so what was your like first rave?
My first rave I ever went to was Hardcore Till I Die USA in San Francisco 2018. I
Wow.
went to go see DJ Searle in his last world tour.
Oh my God. And how was that experience?
It was wild because this was the first time I traveled out of the country by myself.
What
So it
country
was
are
a
you from
very Canada.
again? Okay, okay. Oh wow. Oh, so that must have been a little bit of a difference once you came here, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it was my first time in California. It was very
Yeah.
interesting to see all of the Californians with jackets on when it's like 19 degrees outside, and I'm just in a shirt because that's like springtime weather.
How was the crowd? Do you remember like
There was a lot of Americans.
yes, to say the least. But like were they like was it welcoming? Was it
Oh
nice?
yeah, they were all super friendly. I remember one point in the evening, paramedics had to come in to help get a guy out, and they just made like a path, like they just like the like the like
Yeah,
the
like,
Bible
it's just like
story.
in that moment you got to experience the unity. Like that must have been crazy to experience. What were you thinking in that moment?
Just oh, that's very nice.
So do you think like that kind of experience got you into making your own music?
Well, I've been making my own music for a very long time, on and off since probably, God, what year was that? Probably like 2004, 2004 when I
Wow. So
started
you've
on
been
and off.
making music a while now. Even if it is on and off, that's still a very long time.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then didn't start to get more serious about it until 2019, 2020.
And how was that like experience once you started getting more and more serious? Like what do you think caused you to be more serious about your music?
Um, Honestly, just oh goodness, this is actually a story.
Yeah, and that's fine. You can
So
tell stories. Yeah.
we went to school initially for new media production and design, and could not find any work in that field. So we went back, we took this digital audio program at the same institution. It's a month-long course, a couple times a week. We went and did that, and we got more out of that 1 month course than the 3 years I did digital media.
Wow. That's and it's that you said the same like school that you went to before, right?
Yes, yes, same institute.
Oh my.
This media program was a generalized program, and there was audio advertised as part of the program. Want to take a wild guess of how long we did audio in that program?
I would say probably like what, a day, a week?
Yeah, like a couple days.
Yeah. Wow.
Three years,
Oh, so
couple
like you
days
like
of audio.
barely brushed on the topic at that point.
Yeah, and it wasn't in like music production. It was we just like used some Audacity and Adobe Audition.
Wow, that's very interesting. And so how was that program that you did for a month? Like what did you do in that month?
It was basically just an introduction to like using Logic Pro and how to create your own music using Logic. Because for the time before, we were just using GarageBand.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was definitely like a leap forward. Afterward, we bought Logic. It was like $200. We got it on student discount.
Do you still use that program now, or did you move to Ableton?
Sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes, but now we mostly use Ableton.
So how did you come up with your name?
Oh, so in high school, I started having motor tics, which just kind of came out of the blue. And it started just like tics in neck and hands, but it actually at one point progressed so bad to the point where people thought I was having seizures.
Oh, wow.
And I've actually been like sent home from classes because they thought I was having seizures.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And we never figured out what it was. Doctor basically said, yeah, you might have Tourette's. So that was very helpful. And initially the idea was to title it Glitch, but that name is already in use by somebody else.
So that's why you went on the error kind of
Yeah,
side of it. Do you still have this condition? Like, is this something that's still in your everyday life?
yes, not as severe, but yes.
Oh, wow. And like, how have you been able to like adjust your life around it? Like, is it
It
impacting you?
doesn't really impact my life very much.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Um, so what would you say is like your biggest struggle when it comes to the music industry?
A lot of people are kind of clicky and very toxic, which makes it really difficult. And I have very like difficult time making friends to begin with.
Right.
So with the sort of social toxicity within the industry, along with already having difficulties like communicating and making friends, it makes it very difficult to form those important relationships.
What about the idea of plur? Do you believe in plur?
I do to a degree, but I feel like a lot of people have forgotten about it, which
Yeah.
is why the community is so toxic compared to what it used to be. And of course, another struggle that I guess a unique struggle I face compared to maybe other artists that you've spoken with, because I assume you speak with mostly like dubstep artists, yeah?
I have talked to dubstep, mainly dubstep, drum and bass and house artists.
Yes. So
So
these three are very, very common, especially in this section of like the EDM community.
yeah.
And I was just kind of sort of dragged into here, but I haven't really found a place for hardstyle people. Not a lot of people in the dubstep sphere are interested in hardstyle. They'll like follow, but then they don't interact with my content because they don't like hardstyle.
Right. Yeah. I feel like hardstyle is definitely something that like you need to like in order to listen to any hardstyle artist. But when it comes to like house or dubstep and stuff like that, it's like if you like one artist, you're gonna like all of them. And also I feel like if you don't like hardstyle, like that's it. Like you just a lot of people that I've spoken to,
It's
I love
definitely like a love
hardstyle
or
so
hate kind
much.
of thing.
Yeah, like it's the intensity. Like I love it so much because I love that intense feeling. I just love like jumping around, like, but some people don't. And so like that I can understand that struggle a lot. But what would you say is like your biggest reward in the music industry?
Finally being able to like get what is in here out here.
Yes. Yes, that's something that a lot of artists struggle with. And like not even just music artists, any type of artist. It's very hard to get what you have going on in here and use your hands to bring it to life. That's amazing though. Do you have like a specific song that you're like proudest of?
Um, it's not done yet, but if it goes the way that it is, that the idea is, which so far it is, I think it will be a game changer.
What would you say is your dream set?
I've always wanted to play DEF CON 1 Power Hour.
What? That sounds really cool. What is that, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like
Um,
I have no idea.
DEF CON 1 is like one of the biggest hardstyle festivals in the Netherlands.
Oh, in the Netherlands. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything you want people to know about you, like personally?
One thing that like we really stand for is the rights of the people, and the needs of the many outweigh the wants of the few.
Wow. That's
And it's very important that we kind of understand that and establish that as a common goal.
yeah, I mean that's beautiful. I feel like that's something that a lot of people should stand for, especially in the recent times that we're seeing in America at least. I don't know much about Canada's
Oh, it's
politics.
bad here too.
Really?
It is bad here too. We're being priced out of our own cities.
Oh, I get that. That's a struggle a lot of people feel. And like, especially in those like heavy touristy areas, you see a lot of people getting pushed out. And then it causes this issue of like homelessness, rent gets increased so much. Like, and it's so sad what it does to the local community there.
My rent hasn't increased either.
So everything has just stayed consistent, but it's just the prices of things.
In fact, technically, I pay less in rent right now than I did before.
Yeah, because of inflation. Yeah, inflation is something like I used to be able to survive off $100 of groceries a week, and
Yes,
that's nothing anymore. That's like a joke. So I know
yes,
that. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. But hopefully it gets better. I mean, for your sake, my
yeah.
sake, everyone's sake. Is there anything else you want to say?
Um, we have some new music coming out on the 20th. Very excited for that. Called United as One. It's a song of empowerment to band together to fight a common enemy.
Wow. And what would you say that common enemy is?
Corporations, of course.
Of course, that is true. I cannot wait to hear that.
It's
The
about like,
description of the song sounds phenomenal, so I can only imagine how great the song is itself.
yes, it is about forming unions.
I love that. That's amazing. See, I hope you don't mind me asking. I'm very curious. Just because you're not obviously the first artist to tell me like, hey, this song has this type of meaning. But how do you get a meaning into electronic music? Do you
Through
use like
lyrics.
vocals to do it, or like is it how you feel in the moment? Like how does that process look for you?
Yeah, it can be conveyed through vocals, it can be conveyed through the types of instruments and the types of frequencies that you enhance, or what you say, focus.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. So what kind of emotions are going to be in the song?
I honestly don't know how to describe it. It is a mixture of hope, mostly hope, but also dark.
Wow, that sounds so exciting. I am so excited for you. Okay, is that all you got?
Yeah, I guess so.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for this interview. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, and thank you also.
All right, guys, thank you once again for watching.